Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, this is Chef again, and today we're going to talk about the watch list, and I'm going to try to get as detailed as possible with some of these and try to go as fast as I can as well, right? So we do have a lot going on in the market, so you guys got to be careful that we have earnings, we have some new data coming out that happened this previous week. I mean, there was a mixture of so many things that just rocked the market back and forth, right? We were like gapping up, we gapped down again, we gapped up some more, and then gapped down some more. And then we just rallied here on Thursday and Friday after like a nice gap down. So we closed on a bullish sentiment. Doesn't mean we're bullish in the market, okay? We do have this nice pattern here on the 4 hours. So let's keep some of these things in mind. And then also we have some big names doing some earnings. And on top of that, like I said, we have a mixture of so much going on. So this market is still volatile, guys. We're not out of the woodworks just yet. So we are not making any lower lows just yet. Okay, that is the number one thing to notice here on the weekly time frame, which is awesome. As much as I want to see this level down here, I don't think we're going to see it just yet. So this is the base that I showed you guys in the past. I told you guys that this was the only base that we had, and a lot of this is just public participation phase, other than like this little miniature level before we ran up again and created a nice supply zone, right? So just giving you guys a heads up, if you guys missed the previous videos, this was a run up, your pre-COVID high, your base on top of pre-COVID, and then your run up public participation phase with the nice top here, which was rejected here. And then we did create the supply up on top, and then that's where we ended up dropping and rejected here. So creating a nice staircase pattern from the beginning of the year is kind of the trend of the year, mixed with some volatility. So expect more. This year is we're only halfway. We're a little more than halfway. We're in the month of July, and everybody's saying that the month of July has always been a green month, but circumstances always change. So not everything is always the same, and expect price action to always surprise you. So anyways, we do have a tight pattern here on the weekly. We're kind of just squeezing in here. So whether we blow up this week or blow up the week after or stay range in the next couple of weeks or even months, I don't know where we're going to go. Either way, we have to keep in mind the levels where things are going to change. So this is what I'm going to give you today. 39.15 and that 39.53. Okay, so the top of that wick, 39.50. Yeah, 39.50. So 39.50. This is where a lot of people are going to keep alerts on, and that's the move that everybody is going to be watching. Okay. So I'm giving you guys the wick this time because it's very important to understand that we do have bears in control still. But as you can see from this candle closing, we actually ran back up inside, even through all that craziness that happened this week, previous week, with the data going negative, some of the data not looking that bad, some good news with some tickers. I mean, so much going on with the earnings with the banks, and some earnings with the banks were good and some were bad. In the mix of it, we had DAL, which was some airlines, get a taste of the airlines of what it's going to look like. And then in the midst of all that, like I said, we were still bought up. Okay. These candles usually have a lot of strength. The wicks are signs of buyers coming in, no matter how you see it. And just the same is the reverse is the same. The wicks are signs of rejection. The sellers are coming in. So either way, the wicks are signs of strength to whatever direction we may go potentially in the next trading session or next week or however it may be. All that can change real fast, and everybody here knows that. Okay, so those are the levels that I'm going to give you, and this is going to be the break of a trend. Okay, very simple. If we do hang out in here, I wouldn't worry until we make a lower low. Okay, so for now, the way that I am going to be trading this week, I am still going to be buying the dip, and I am still going to be buying call positions, because I just think that the risk to reward is a lot better to the call side than it is to the put side. The put side, yes, can make tons of money, But I think that's kind of all done and over with all this huge volatility that happened. So now it's time for the things to be adjusted and to look for more risk to reward to the call side, only because we haven't made a lower low after this huge green candle here. If you guys don't know what that huge green candle is, go search up Kramer. So hats off to Kramer right here. But anyways, that's what's going on with ES, guys. This is very important to watch this week. And if you guys want levels on the 4-hour time frame, I do recommend is getting in here and looking at some pre-market levels, looking at the basic support and resistance, guys. I mean, you guys can grab some support here, grab some support there, like literally take it day by day. Okay, whatever you do. If we stay in between, that's okay. Let it consolidate, let it accumulate, let it build in order to get another leg up or down. But I'm telling you now that if we're anywhere below here, I'm still playing calls. Okay, I'm not grabbing some crazy puts. I don't think it's wise enough to short the market just yet, unless we start breaking these pieces here, and then we start breaking this pattern that's going to just squeeze down or squeeze back up. But remember, whenever we have a break of pattern, you always want that retest. That retest is what's going to give you that direction, whether it's going to fail or be strong enough to continue to that direction of that breakout. So this can go the upside, or this can go downside, whichever one comes first. Just remember that the retest is what's going to give you the continuation. Without the retest, don't go crazy. All right. So that's what I'm going to give you guys for ES. Other than that, I'm going to let NQ and RTY do the talking for you guys. Here's some resistance to 121 all the way to that 122. You basically want to get over those wicks in order for anything to stay bullish. Like I said, look for support and resistance, guys. If you guys have a hard time looking for support and resistance, all you guys got to do is go ask somebody who's been trading for like maybe a year. They have an idea of what support and resistance is, right? Let's go take a look at RTY. Same thing. RTY and NQ kind of look similar. Okay, there's a lot of accumulation, and like I said, nothing dropped any lower. That is the biggest thing that you should take note of. This past month alone, we haven't dropped any further. That's the main thing here. So giving that with RTY, ES, and NQ. But just remember that there's going to be tons of volatility. So swing traders, good luck. Have fun and enjoy those swings, whether you go up or down. Just remember that what you're up against is some crazy stuff here. As for gold, we did talk about gold last time, and I told you guys that if we do break this level right here, the 1750 area, this is just a short it and all the way down. I even gave you guys this level and it hit that perfectly, right? I said otherwise, we're going to be looking for some tops over here, but none of that is for the call side. It actually just went to the downside. For the dollar, I don't want to talk about the dollar right now. Oil. Everybody's asking about oil, but like I broke it down last time, I gave you guys what it was. Here was your doji. Here's your drop. Here's your base. And here's your drop for continuation. This is exactly what I said in the last video before this. These two candles were formed. Give you guys a proper explanation as what to expect. The expectation for something like this that just broke, like I said, here's your break. Here's your retest right here. That same day we failed, and look what happened the next week. There's your downtrend. So expect that continuation to continue to the downside until things change. I wouldn't look for calls until we break this. What is this? 104. Yeah, right here. This candle body right here. 10. You just say 105. If we're not over 105, we're bearish. So anything down here, just stay bearish. Any level that you guys may want to look for, I would say down here because we don't have a lot of structure. I'll look for this piece right here. This is your first target, like around 82 to about 84. Other than that, you have right here, 74 to like 75. So these are the two pieces that I would look for, even for a potential reversal. But I think oil's volatility is basically done. and we may not even go higher than 120 anymore unless we start breaking 105 and some crazy catalyst comes in. I think oil is basically done. The hype of it and everything that happened in the past is already priced in, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully the gas prices come dropping down or just stabilize, right? Bring down to its true value where it should be, and not nothing too crazy, right? So thank Biden for that tweet about saying lower gas prices, right? Cool. So I'll leave that for you guys. The VIX, letting you guys know, it's still red. Nothing too crazy. Keep eyes on the VIX if the market makes a lower low, and you guys know the levels already below that 3,700. And yeah, otherwise, no need to look at the VIX for anything at all, right? Cool. So I'm going to give you guys a few tickers that I have on the watch list so you guys can take some good day trades or swing trades. And I'm going to tell you guys where I plan on buying in the next couple of days, what tickers I'm going to be looking at to day trade and swing trade, and totally up to you guys to set those alerts, right? And that's what the point of this weekly watch list is, right? So here is XLP. This is your consumer staples. So you're looking at Walmart, Target, Costco, okay? Just giving you a couple. Set your alerts over the 7350 here, okay? See how we're building this nice little base, how tight this thing is between 7260 and 7350. That's where you should set your alerts. Once we start breaking above a base like this, all you got to do is measure 7260 to 7350. Whatever that is, that's the target that you're going to have, okay? Keep it very simple. Upside or downside. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm setting the alerts now. So you can see my little arrow. So if these things hit, there's no way that I can contact you guys, but definitely make sure you guys set those alerts. All right, that's XLP. So this is a whole sector in general, okay? We're gonna look at XLE now. So like we talked about oil, this one says Kramer up here because that's when he called it out. He said to buy energy. If you guys don't know the Kramer inverse, every time he says to buy something, it always goes the opposite way. If he says sell something, it goes the opposite way. In this case, he did say buy energy. And ever since then, well, look what happened. He is correct once again, meaning that gave you guys a proper signal to sell your XLE and grab some puts, but not many people did. So anyways, we're here on this nice little downtrend. And it looks like we're having a little squeeze here, okay? So this is why I like XLE. XLE is kind of just stuck right here. So this thing can break right here, the 69. I have to say 69. We can head into the 70 and all the way into the 72, at least to create a nice base, right? So this is where I would like for XLE to create a base. If it doesn't create a base there, consider this a continuation to the downtrend and continue and see this as more drop, basically. Okay. But yeah, I think I like XLE over that 69 and 70 and 72, 74. So we'll see what happens with the energy sector, okay? So that's XLE. The next sector I would like you guys to keep eyes on is ARK. ARK is Kathy Woods, and she's been buying tops since COVID. And unfortunately, we're way down here. So she started buying tops like way up here in some of these stocks, ridiculous stocks. Actually, she bought like Roku and ZM, thinking that those things were going to go to the moon. She bought a TV thinking it's going to go to the moon. And she bought ZM thinking that everybody's going to be on lockdown for the rest of their lives. So it's just a matter of like how she's doing it, whatever she's doing. I hope she's doing better than all of us, right? Either way, we do have a cool off here on ARK. And this is what I like about ARK. I've always liked ARK as in a long term because she does have a lot of growth stocks, which is good. Unfortunately, she did buy the tops, but it gives us a better opportunity to buy at a better price point and maybe help out Kathy Woods by buying a call or two for her ETF. So what I like here is we're going to go on the 4 hours. So right now I just show you guys the weekly. And you see all this base, right? This is the awesome part that we haven't dropped any further than this 35. This weekly level actually held when I gave you guys these levels a long time ago. So basically down to 5.9. This is when I gave you guys the levels. I gave you guys levels here. And then again, same levels. And I'm going to tell you again, Once we start breaking this 46 all the way to this 47, this thing is going to break out. Okay. So 46, here you go. Here's your 46, and then there's your 47. So there's your 47. Okay. Once we start breaking out of here, look for a lot of the stocks that Kathy owns to show some type of momentum. And then you don't have to trade ARK in itself, but you can definitely go look at her stocks: SQ, Tesla, TDOC, Roku, ZM, and a bunch of other ones. All right, but these are just some of the main ones that she has. So just look out for that. All right, look for ARK to just kind of hold and see what Tesla does. See if ARK can push up all the way to this like 52 level right here. This is what I'll be looking for. All right, so that's ARK. All right, so I'm gonna give you another ticker that's spacing out, and I always tell you guys to check out this ticker, PayPal. Here you go. Here's the cool off in the selling. Didn't make a lower low as much as it tried here. It didn't. We're still holding over that 69.50 and 70. So if this thing can just crack 75, this is where I have my major alerts, guys. All right, 75. It's going to be the level where I try to go as heavy as I potentially can, because the last time that I said this for a breakout on BA, I couldn't take the trade just because my criteria wasn't met. But anyway, 75 all the way to that 78, 79 is going to be ideal. If this thing can just recover back into the hundreds would be nice, but we'll revisit that later. For now, the breakout over the 75 first target is going to be the 79 and 78 level. From there, we'll continue to talk about that 88, 90, and then 100s. But for now, it's the 75 break where you should keep alerts on this week alone. Okay. The next ticker that I like the most that I've always been talking about is Disney. Disney is a great stock, great company, in my opinion. And if this thing can just break right here, this 97.30 and 98.60, I think we have a little more room to the upside. And of course, like I said, this market is just a little wild, guys. So the best thing to do is when you guys see these ranges, buy the bottom, all right? And then set your stop loss right below. So in this case, you want to find where there's more candle bodies, recent candle bodies, and it's like right here. So your 93.40, and then your lowest would probably be like right here, 92.74. This is where a lot of the stuff started getting bought up down here, and then it went a little bit crazy here, and then it just came back up inside. So play the ranges. For now, play the ranges even on PayPal or ARK in general, and stop loss right above. Okay, so that's Disney. Once we start breaking this 97, I'm going to keep track of that. The other one is BA. BA's been on this nice break, and this is the one that I was talking about that I told you guys to watch this level, this 141. On that 141, I said look out for this 145 and 149. And look, we got all those targets put together, and we closed right inside. The cool thing about this is your re-entry, 141, your retest. And of course, I missed that too, just because it was wild. I'm telling you guys, it's been a wild ride, and I know a lot of you guys have been having a hard time grabbing some good trades, and it's okay, guys. It's okay to miss these. It's okay to not partake in some of the big moves. So don't get FOMO. Don't get caught up thinking that you have to catch a big trade. It's okay to catch a quick trade during these market conditions, right? So don't feel like you're left behind. This one already started a staircase pattern. So all I can tell you on BA is that it's most likely going to continue into the highs of this 157. Right here, so you guys can see. I'm going to take it day by day with BA, but I do think that the staircase patterns already continue. The staircase pattern continues after a breakout, your retest, and confirmation. That's your confirmation. So you're going to do this and do this. That's basically what I'm looking for this week for BA, just to continue on some random days. All right, that's clear to BA. Let's talk about SQ. I am in some of these swings, by the way. SQ looks like a nice bullish candle. Looks like it broke this little downtrend here. It had a lot of support right here. So once it came here, it didn't make any lower lows. You can see how tight it is and got bought up. So I'm expecting over 66, hit this 68, even as high as 70, as crazy as that sounds, or 72. If it does have 72, I think that'll be pretty nice because I am in the swing. So look out for the continuation and the pump for SQ. Another thing I want you guys to keep note of is Apple. The strength of Apple these past few weeks and months have been insane. This one, just keep track of Apple. If you guys don't want to trade it, that's cool. Maybe you guys may think it's overbought or some because of your RSIs, your indicators, but just know that Apple's been leading this market. It did not drop last week at all, and it actually held this space here. So over 150, I think Apple can continue to the upside. First target would probably be here about 154, 156. I mean, even 160, honestly. If this market is going to see any type of bullish movement, I think Apple's going to be the one to just lead as a whole and give that sentiment to the market in general, so we can have some bullish setups or just bullish market. So watch Apple, I would say every day, just to get that sentiment and that strength in the market in general, because Apple carries a lot of weight. Okay. Good news is we do have Google splits, stock split. You guys know how the rest of the stock splits have been happening. You get that quick pump for like 2 days. Okay. Quick pump for 2 days, and then you get that sell off for the next like 3-4 weeks in general. The only difference here with Google is that it does have earnings on 7/26. So I don't know how this is going to react. Either way, keep track of Google. Make sure we look at some sentiment for this and stay on high alert for Google. All right. By the way, I will be buying shares wherever it opens up. I don't care. I'm buying Google. Google's a great company. Here's CAT. Here's another one that I like. And this thing does have a dividend payout on Tuesday pre-market. So if this thing can just break 173 or even 175, I am taking call position. This is the one that I'm going to take as a swing trade. Anything over 173, where it currently is at right now is 173.38. But as long as we're over that number, 173, I'm entering a call position and I'm swing trading this all the way to this 180. This is my swing trade. This is my play for the week that I am going to enter on Monday. My stop loss is going to be using the pre-market wherever we open up on Monday. That's going to be my stop loss. If it continues to the downside on Monday, but for some reason comes back up pre-market over that pre-market level, I am going to enter that position. Okay, keeping it simple. All right, so remember, use the pre-market bottom as an entry point and stop loss. But 173 over 173, I am taking a call position no matter where we're at, and I'm swinging all the way to that 180. That's how simple this trade is going to be. All right. Another thing, take a look at MU. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. The chart speaks for itself. We can break 62 after this gap is basically filled. 62 all the way to that 66 is a big move. AMD, it is same thing. We're kind of retesting right here. This 81. So we can continue over 81, look for 84.50 and 86.50. Yeah, 86.50. Yeah, 86.50. The other one is going to be NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we're almost like a, what was this? Oh, that was on the weekly. All right, here's your weekly. Somebody has this as a falling wedge, so I put that on there. I personally don't think it is, but it can be. So I'm going to take that off to this. So this thing looks like it broke already based on the 4-hour, not the weekly. That's why I said that I didn't like the weekly. And then here, it looks like it broke above, right? So I'm actually in a call position as well. The difference here is that I would like it over 160. If it can crack this 160 level, then for sure I will continue to the long side and then look for like that 170. NVIDIA has some crazy moves, so look for like every $3. Every $3 is a pretty good move and good premium movement. So this will be my next swing. AMD, NVIDIA, and CATS are the ones that I'm probably going to be buying NSQ as swings. All right. TAL, I'm showing you guys another one about airlines accumulation. So the accumulation phase is real tight here. This thing is just rocking from like 30 down to like this 29, 28.80, 28.90. So if this thing could just stay over 30 and then keep your alerts way up here at like this, what is this? 31.60, then at 31.60, I would look for airlines to rally on up. But I like DAL, DAL. If we can get a nice good swing position, I'm most likely gonna post this one in conservative collectors, and we'll take it as a swing trade. So cool little ticker here, good for any count size, right? Let me show you a couple more, guys, before I leave you guys. And I want you guys to do some homework as well. Here's your ABBV, nice little flag. All right, so here's your little bull flag. So just show you. There's your bull flag pattern on ABBV. So set your alerts over that 154, 155.20, and 156. That's what, so you guys can see I have my alerts, all right? So yeah, those are a couple of things to look at this week, guys. Financials still have earnings. There's a lot of volatility. If you guys see financials rocking and rolling, I would recommend looking at JPM. JPM is already done with the earnings, and it's catching up to all the rest of the financials. And it usually moves pretty good. So good for any size accounts. BAC, C is just rocking and rolling. MS too, after the earnings, it just straight went up. WFC, GS, BRK, a lot of good tickers out there, guys. So some of these sectors, like I said, we're heading into earnings. Netflix has earnings, Tesla has earnings. So there's going to be a lot of movement, guys. So just whatever you guys do, if you guys are gambling, good luck. Consider all the earnings as lotto plays, and be careful with all your trades. Be careful with your position size. Make sure you manage it. Don't backhold something that you shouldn't. If it's going the opposite direction, just get out, guys. Make sure that you're sticking to your plan 100% and not sitting there giving it extra room because you're going to wait for the next support, or you're going to wait for the next resistance, or this and that. If you're sitting there reasoning with yourself as to why you're holding, get the heck out. Okay, very simple. Respect your stop loss, guys. Respect yourselves. Respect your accounts. All right. Yes, earnings are lottos, so that's something that goes out the window. That's something that has no respect at all. That's why it's called the lotto. But when it comes to your day trading and swing trading, make sure you manage your position properly, guys. All right. So be careful this week. Expect volatility. Expect some up and down movements. Hopefully, we can see a good breakout this week. Even if we stay range and build more pressure to have this pattern a lot tighter, then that would be very, very cool. So I'll follow up Wednesday. We'll do a recap on some of this stuff if we continue to trade sideways and stay within the pattern, and be ready for some crazy news, whether we raise 75 interest points or we raise it to 100 based on the Fed's Jerome Powell. We'll be waiting for that. All right. So yeah, I will see you guys on next one. You guys stay green and enjoy your week. Peace.